Good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 138. And like the kids always say, I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty tired, actually. Got home early this morning, got a couple hours sleep, just left home, and my wife says, "Are you ever not working?" No, I'm never not working. I'm always working, even when I'm sitting down watching TV or relaxing or whatever. My mind is still working. So we are just heading out for the day. Last night they had, or like a couple hours ago, they had what they call the strawberry moon. I'm not really sure what that is. I know what a blood moon is, and I don't know. Are they just changing the name of it, or is it the same thing? I'm not really sure. But this morning is a really nice day. Looks like it's going to be good. It's 58 degrees outside. Expected high is going to be 84. Chance of rain is going to be 0% all day where I live. I don't know about where I'm going, but hoping for the best there. I'm going to be meeting a fellow AP. I don't know what time he'll be waking up. I think he ended up sleeping in his car, so he will be at the second location I'm going to. So I'll see him there. Hopefully some good things happen there. And he did want a chip inventory, so I'll get him any kind of chips that he needs and as many as he needs, because I'm able to at these places without any problems. So yesterday, ups and downs. Didn't make much money, but did learn a lot about some new things. So, we'll see what happens today. Today's got to be a big day. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are always prime time. So, if it's prime time, that means I need to make some money. Today is going to be the worst opportunity to make money of those 3 days. Tomorrow is going to be the best, and then Friday will be a little bit less. So today and tomorrow I'm hoping to have a good start, and then Friday to cap off the week and move into the weekend. So that's what's happening right now. Just moving on to our first casino of the day. I've got everything I need. I've got the clothes I need to wear tonight, the PC I need to use tonight, so everything is all set. The only stuff I have to worry about is today's meetings, and there's only one meeting that really concerns me today, because I actually have to participate in that meeting. It's only 30 minutes, and I put a meeting before that meeting. Oh, actually, I had a meeting before it, and it's gone also, so that's good. So I'm probably going to add a few more meetings to my calendar, just to not have too full of a day, so people can't add stuff. So looks like with that meeting being taken off, I only have one meeting from 4 to 4:30 with a company we might be using to make my job easier. Actually, they're going to be spending money to make my job easier for me, because I'm such a hard worker, and they got to take care of their people. So we're going to be talking to them today, and we'll see how that goes. So that's going to be it for right now. We are heading out, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, just getting to my first casino. I'm ready to go. Honestly, I am ready. Beautiful day, just gorgeous. The only slowdown I had in traffic was like a quarter mile away from my exit, and then I see the on-ramp to get back on the highway, and it bypasses all the traffic. So should not have any problem with traffic. I'm going to hop in here, make a little bit of money, and then we're going to head over to prime time playing blackjack after this. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back, and not so great. I mean, no real chance to make any money, but I did make one play, and that's all I could find. And real early in the morning, have a moocher already there waiting to ask you for money, and didn't even give him an opportunity to ask me. He's like, hey, how you doing? Somebody hit this machine for 10,000. I'm like, oh, that's nice. And kept on walking, because the whole thing is they want to engage you and talk to you. And as soon as you start talking to them, then they start telling you their problems. My phone bill is due and I'm $20 short. And I was like, didn't I just see you playing that slot machine? Use that money for your phone instead. But I ended my session ahead $39, but that's all I could do. But now we're moving on to where we can make some real money. We're going to be playing multiple sessions of Blackjack, hopefully. And actually, it's a little bit earlier than I'd like it to be, but with having to get back home early today, I thought I'd get as early a start as possible, even though I got home extremely late. So we're going to head over there and see what kind of tables are open, and hopefully we have a couple $1,000 day at least today and head home happy. So that's what's going on right now. I could not believe just how nice and bright it is outside today. But hate to be inside on a day like today, but we're here to make money. It's business. So anyway, I'll be back. All right, guys, I am approaching the next casino where I'm going to be meeting my friend. So I just said, why don't we play a little game here? Let's try to figure out who the other guy is. He'll try to figure out who I am. I'll try to figure out who he is. And then he agreed. And then I started recording, and he said I stick out like a sore thumb. We'll see. So that'll be interesting. We've only talked online. He has kind of a description of me, and I have a description of him somewhat, so we have an idea. So anyway, yeah, we're almost there. My air conditioning blower thing is acting up, so luckily it's not too hot. It's about 80 though, but I'm doing highway speeds, so I'm not getting killed with the heat. Open the window just a little bit for a few minutes, and then it'll work again. Whoa, actually it's only 72 here, so yeah, it's gonna get to be 90 today though, it looks like. So I guess that's one benefit of leaving early. But like I said, I'll be at this place in a few minutes, and I'll come back and update you soon. Alright guys, I am back. So, oh my gosh, I can't believe she's doing that. Alright, so I met my friend here, and he said, I'm not going to be hard to pick out, and he wasn't kidding. The instant I saw him, I knew who it was. We walked by each other, and I said, well, that was easy. I instantly said that. So we walked past each other, and then I told him where there was an OK play, something that I had just finished, and I don't play it any further than that. But he had some free play, and he was going to go take a look. I had just wrapped that play up like a minute before, and there was a ploppy playing it, so she had already finished it off, so he couldn't get on that. And then I asked him, if he was going to play some blackjack, and he's like, well, I need to get some chips first, have some kind of a chip inventory. I said, okay, I can do that for you. I said, just go relax for a minute, and I'll get you some chips. So I went over to the high limit and played there for 10 minutes, got a decent count right away, and raised and won, and raised and won. Actually, first I took a dive, rebought, and then raised and won a little bit, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm just trying to get even, and I can't believe I started losing at first, because I was in for a couple thousand on that table, and ended up ahead 1,100, but it was still in a good spot. So I'm like, yeah, I just said that I'm just going to be here for a minute, and I don't want to be too obvious and all this stuff, so I decided just to walk away from it, which I normally wouldn't do. And so I asked him, I said, are you in the parking garage, because I can meet you out there? And he's like, no, I'm playing this game. I said, okay, I'll come over there. I walked by, I saw him playing, and I had 4K in chips for him. So I said, why don't there's a bathroom right there, let's go meet at the bathroom. Went over there, took care of it, and I told him about the table and where it was at, and nobody was back there playing at all, so it was still available. And he headed over there, and I went to walk around here. We were kind of seen next to each other a little bit, so I don't want to be crowding them or making it too obvious that we might know each other. So ended that session ahead 1100 and handed those chips off to him. And right now I'm just gonna go walk in that general area. There's some high limit slots. I'll go look at those, and hopefully he's doing well. I don't want to be responsible for him losing. I want him to win a lot of money so that my conscience is at ease. You know, that's a lot of times I've done like partnerships and then it's lost and I've just eaten it because I don't want to, you know, have someone think that I was trying to play games with them or steal from them or something. Anyway, I'll be back. All right, guys, back in the car, and my friend was successful, so that's good. And I was thinking a little bit ago that we should do a spotter big player type deal. I can easily just sit at a table and just count and flat bet the whole time, let him know, and he can come in firing. He's not going to be in the area long anyway. He doesn't care about burning his name or anything like that here, so what's the big deal? So that's one option we're going to talk about. But he did go sit down and play. He started at 2 by 500 and played it until the count went down, and you know, it all worked out for him. He ended up ahead a little over $1,000, so I'm happy to hear that. As for me, I don't know if you heard it or not, I ended my session ahead 1100 on Blackjack and 104 ahead on slots. And the other thing is that he used the deviation right away, 8 versus 4, and doubled down on that, looking like a crazy man because he already knew where the count was and ended up winning. So that's good for him. So anyway, I'm going to move on to another casino. He's going to count his chips and money and see where he's at. He's worried that he may have lost a little bit of money. So I'm going to meet him at the next spot. Until then, I'm going to drive there, and there is one thing I need to adjust for work, and then I'll be right back in the action. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back, and some interesting stuff. We hung out for a while. We went on to another casino, and I got there first, went around, looked at slots, and wasn't finding anything, and then I finally found a play. I'm like, this is a really good play, and it's always done really well for me. And I told him, when you get in, I'm right over here. He came over, and that thing took me through the ringer. It finally ended up paying out. I ended up losing $8 on it, but should have been a much better play. Just didn't work out that time. And then he wanted some chips here as well, so I went to a low limit table, bought in for 500, ended up having to rebuy for another 500, and played through until, well, I was down like 650 or 700, and ended up playing a few more shoes, ended up coming back and ended up ahead, and finally ended up leaving plus 100 on that table. Then this is interesting. So I had I bought in for a total of 1,000, so I colored up 1,100. So I go to the high limit area where a friend of mine's a pit boss, and I said, hey, I don't know how this works. Can you, if I give you $1,000, can you just give me 2 $500 chips, because I borrowed 2 $500 chips from my friend? He's like, yeah, no big deal. I'll give you whatever you want. Do whatever you want with them. I don't care. I'm like, oh, okay. See, when you're just buying in and walking away, it's suspicious. But when you look like an idiot, it's not suspicious, because why would you be suspicious and tell me about it? You're just stupid. That's why you did that. So I ended up getting 1,000 there, and then there was, hold on one second. All right, there was, and then I wanted to get more chips, and I go to a 6 to 5 blackjack table with $400, and it's a 10 to 500 table. And if you play 2 hands and you have to pay double, play double the amount per each hand, which is like stuff they used to do a long time ago. I didn't realize they still do stuff like that. But so there was a big black sign that said that. So I give the dealer $400, and I said, just give me 4 black, like I was going to play 4 black, like one hand. And I said that the pit boss comes over to approve it. And I said to the pit boss, I said, what's weird about this table? He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, something's weird about this table. He's like, I don't know. We're just trying to get people to play, so we lowered the limit. I'm like, okay. Then she took the 400 and dropped it. He gave me the 4 black chips and exposed on the table where it said 6 to 5. I'm like, oh, this is a 6 to 5 table. No wonder no one's playing on here. Then I'll just go over to the other tables and play with this. And I walked away with the 400. So I ended up giving him 2,500 in chips there, and he got whatever, 4,000 in chips or whatever at the other place, and he won some, so he should have a decent inventory for that place. Then we ended up getting some food, and then came back, and I had forgotten to cash out my voucher, so I cashed out the voucher, left minus $8 on the slots, plus 100 on the blackjack, and running out of time. So I'm going to head back toward home. Still going to hit some spots, but head back toward home and just make sure that all my timing is in order so that I don't run out of time and miss my meeting tonight. So that's what's going on right now, and I'll be back to update you. All right, I forget the details sometimes, so let me just tell you on that last one, I was spreading from one hand at 25 to one hand at 250. My low for the session was minus 700. My high for the session was plus 125, and I ended up leaving plus 150 after about 25 minutes or so. I want to try to keep telling you that information in case it helps somebody, but lots of times I get wrapped up in the story and I forget to mention it. So, all right, I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So went into that next spot and really found very little. Not to be unexpected here, but yeah, I found one play. I played that one through. I made $53, and that's all I could really make. It was kind of busy for whatever today is, Wednesday. It's not the weekend or anything like that, so I don't know why it was so busy in there. But went in and took care of that, and then back to the car. And now I have to pull over here shortly to do my meeting. So I have 2 meetings. One is the 401k meeting, and one is the team meeting. So I'm going to take care of those things, get some fuel, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back and stopped and got some fuel. Found a nice Costco gas station, got some fuel nice and cheap, and then continued down the road. I took care of my 401k stuff. They're going to send checks to my house, and then I have to send them to the new plan. So the checks are on their way to my house, and then I will take one check and put it in one FedEx and send it to one place, and then another one will go to another FedEx and go to another place, and then all that will be taken care of. So all that is taken care of. And then I also had my meeting, pulled over, went to a gas station, and basically was just sitting there listening the whole time. I thought I'd be participating, but it wasn't necessary. So that was a half hour pulled over, and so took care of all that. And right now, continuing my trip, and I'll be back to update you here shortly. All right, guys, let's do our segments. What did you eat today, MW? And me and my friend were at a casino, and we went to the little food area they have, and I got, I don't know what they call it, a mega super whatever biggest cheeseburger. They had no bun. Well, they don't do no bun there. I've learned from experience to don't even ask. So I got it with the bun, and then just didn't eat the bun because it's not possible to do it without a bun. It's just not possible. So I took the bun off and ate the cheeseburger. It was pretty good. I give it a 9 on a scale of 2 through ace. And then what did you tip today, MW? And I had only 2 blackjack sessions today, and both of them were okay. I mean, the first one was nice. I made $1,100 on that first one and tipped $0. But then the second one was a lower limit table and was grinding a lot more, players coming in and out, a lot of stuff going on there. And on that table, I ended the session ahead $100, and I tipped $0. So 0-0. And then what did you learn today, MW? And I'm trying to think back here. What did I learn? What I learned was that probably didn't get enough sleep last night, and I'm feeling kind of tired. I overestimated how much time I need to get back for my meeting, so I'm going to be about 55 minutes early, which is not terrible. It's good to be a little bit early. So I'm going to probably stop and take care of a few things. Right now I'm getting my other laptop charged up for my meeting, and then we're going to head to that, and then we're going to go home and try to get a little bit of rest for another long day tomorrow. So I guess I learned, again, I think I said this last night, that you don't have to be busy every single second trying to make money. You can pick and choose, and maybe in the long run you actually make more EV because you're less tired. So that's about it right now. You're all caught up. I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.